Alright, what's up? I didn't live stream my league games yesterday, 2 days ago rather, and I'm glad I didn't, because it was awful. Awful. Because I didn't figure out till just yesterday my playstyle this game does not work with my playstyle in previous games. So I need to change that. I also using this build now. I don't care what anybody. Oops, my audio is way too high. Um, You can be mad at me all you want, and I don't really care. I can play however I want, because this information is open to anybody. But I'm trying my... I'll be honest, I've tried to make what I think Black Ice's build might look like. It might be this one or that one. I'm gonna do this one first. This is what I think his build is. It has the same height and weight, the same perks. I just have to guess on these. Um... And I'm using his stance because he's figured out that stance matters not for the reason you think. It used to matter for leg length. Now it matters for your glove and your blocker, where those are. Those are affected, not your legs. It doesn't matter how wide your stance is. It matters where your glove is. If your glove is near your legs, if your glove isn't up high, it's more down below. That's when you gotta have a good stance. So my stance, in theory, should be fine, but I'm using his stance just in case. So I'm using stance 10 in this build, and I'm changing my playstyle completely. So we're going to get into this. We're starting the testing out in 3v3 quick play, because your playstyle this year does not work. I'm actually going to change something just to really get a good mental grasp. Because a problem of mine is I challenge when they have a gold perk, which is what you needed to do in previous games. You don't want to do that this game. You want to stay back. So I need to turn off some things. Where's the perks? Off. Turn off the X Factor icons. That way I have no idea what anybody has on. So if I don't know what they have on, I'll play everyone the same so I can play good. I might even keep that off, to be honest. As long as it doesn't matter, I'm going to keep that off. The only question I have for Black Ice, which I'm going to have to figure out, is what do I do against Big Tipper? Because Big Tipper is the only perk in this game you can't save on your own. You actually need your goalie to do something. And for that to work, you need to put yourself in a specific place. Like, you need to play for the Big Tipper. Now, when you're back in the crease, that's very difficult to do. I'm not saying play on the goal line. That's something you do not want to do. I'm just saying, I used to come out to the top of the crease all the time. Like, unless they were down below, I always stayed at the top of the crease, which is not what you want to do. You want to stay in the middle of the crease. Not on the goal line, not up top, just a happy middle, in the middle of the crease, a green safe zone. I'm testing this in 3v3 quick play, 1, because it's easier to find games, and 2, I get more crazy things happening. I want crazy things to happen. I want cross creases and good, easy, open ice plays. So I can see what they have on. He doesn't have any shooting perks, but let's say this is a sixes team I'm playing against, and they have a bunch of 1Ts and close quarters and make it snappies. I would be nervous, and then I would say, okay, I need to challenge those guys. But now I don't know who those guys are, and I'll just play them the same. I might even turn off the colors so I don't even know what position they are. I might do that. Because the only reason I had those on was to know whose perks were whose. Now it doesn't matter. It does not. I might keep it on just in case it's a specific guy they're always passing to. That way I can cheat for him if that's the only guy they're ever doing cross creases for. Sometimes it does matter, but not for perks. So this is stance 10.
The Icebreakers take possession to get this one underway. And he slides it quickly to Jordan. The Nighthawks have it behind the net. Here they come inside the neutral zone.
I might even change my camera, because for this playstyle, this camera's a little weird. I need my camera to be further back. So I might, hold on, I might turn on. I need either action or a dynamic camera. I think I'll do dynamic medium for now.
At center ice now, he grabs the puck. Breakaway. Puts it wide of the net.
Oh, that's a big missed opportunity.
I feel like dynamic high will be too high. Dynamic high is too high. Is there not a happy middle? I just want the camera to be a little bit further back, just a tiny bit further back. Now it's too high up again. Crap. Actually, this might be okay.
Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone.
Center bears down on that bottom hand, a clean win, and you can see them all setting up, looking to attack the net against this tired group.
Scores! And that deflects.
It's not going to count.
Wait a second here, James. This has been waved off on the ice. We'll have to see if this is going to be a rule, the kicking motion.
Change in the score as that goal was waved off, and we are ready to drop the puck again.
I don't care about wins, though. First of all, these quick play games mean nothing to me. I'm simply doing it to test things.
He's in the clear. Great save. The Nighthawks will play it in their own end. They've got an on-man rush. Passes it over. What a
Nice poke. Oh, is their goalie a human? He poke checked that. What a beast. Nobody in this game poke checks. But when you poke check as a goalie, it's actually way better this year than it used to be. You actually get good poke checking animations. But you have to be in butterfly. If you're standing up and you poke check, it's not as good.
come up with the defensive zone draw. Moves it to Saunders.
That was boss.
Look out, here they come on the attack. That knocks it off the puck. Quick pass to Saunders.
Trying to get the play style good, because I need to play my positioning a little bit different than I used to.
Takes a shot.
Oh, rebound.
He stayed with it. And
Rebound caught me. See, this camera isn't good for those kinds of rebounds. I can't see those. I need to change my camera back.
I really like the effort on this goal, James.
I think dynamic medium will do for now. I'll just have to get used to it. It's just I can't see the corners as good.
And he puts it in.
Hey, we scored. I can tell because of the sound effects. When you play this game long enough, you can just tell from sound effects what happened.
Imagine the body of work that has gone into getting that number on the board. They used their speed on this counter attack and gave themselves an odd man advantage here, James. And what they did was they capitalized. They had multiple looks. They could pass it, they could shoot it. Goaltender couldn't figure it out, and it winds up in the back of the net.
Come on, can we just skip the replay, guys? This is a quick play game. I just want to get through it.
This is his 100th career goal at the EASHL club. You know
You see, I can't see the sides.
justice stuff too.
all alone. Shoot it. Oh,
Cross to make that save.
shot. And that goes off a player. Angles
Okay,
it
so
over
this
the
is the
board.
back of the crease, so this is
And
the
we're
middle
getting
up
a
here.
face-off after
Ugh.
the offside.
I think for quick play, they should turn the offsides
Late going zone
off.
period.
Unless they're completely cherry picking, the game should just get rid of offsides if it's close. Just
The Nighthawks win possession
don't
here
count it, please. Like for quick play.
into the attacking area from the left side. Here's the pass. Big time stop.
Even though goaltenders get set in their butterfly positioning, they still have to be agile and be able to move across their crease.
Can't figure out what's the middle of the crease. Like it looks like I'm in the middle from this angle, but I'm on the goal line right now.
They fight
This is the middle, so this camera angle is a little bit weird for that.
work to free the puck up to his teammate. Loves the puck.
Maybe this will be better with a lower camera. Every time I go to the pause menu, we score. Let's do high for now.
It is, and you have to know exactly how much space you have, and he just tucks it in the post.
The Nighthawks have put themselves in the enviable position of playing with the lead, Cheryl.
You always rather be ahead, wouldn't you? It's the best place to be, but you
Yes,
wanna
I can tell
extend
much
that
better.
lead, and you wanna have
So
a
this is the
ability
goal
to
line.
play a little more
This is the
comfortable.
middle.
James, you gotta stay in.
This is where I want to stay for most of the time.
Without a doubt, this is a call. I mean, you're in on the breakaway, you're all alone, and then the reach from
I
behind
am
takes out your skates for the trick.
simultaneously looking for a sixes game, by the way, so
Here he goes on
I'm
the
gonna look
volley.
on the Discords.
Shot, and he makes them pay as he scores on the penalty shot.
It's so important that when you have a penalty shot that you're confident and you make a decision on what you're going to do quickly and timely, and he does just that, and he finds it back of the net.
Here they are on the attack.
I'm sorry guys, I'm not in the correct camera, but I'm not on my phone. I'm on my phone right now. Oh crap.
Diagonally to Saunders. Into the offensive zone down the right wing. Now a quick pass to Lee. Oh, he stopped it. What a save on the play.
And there's nothing technical about that. That is all about the will to find a way to make that save incredible, James.
Handles the pass from his goalie.
The goaltender, they have to have talent, they have to have mobility, they have to be able to track the puck, but they have to have a willingness to find it and fight for any second shot, and that's
Yo,
exactly what
is the game actually giving me props for a
happens.
save?
And you make the save.
Here in
You
the
never
last
see
moments of
that.
the period, the Nighthawks have
Shout
only
out to
one
EA.
point now, leading by 2. And they win the draw here in their own end. Here he is in close. And the goaltender comes up with a piece of it to keep it out of the net. A chance out front. Oh, rings the bar. Great reach with the poke check. Oh, up the pipe. Face-off coming up as the puck goes up and over the glass.
I poke checked and I didn't connect it. I was completely out of position. I had to do desperation. This year,
Put their foot on the gas pedal because they
you
recognize
actually,
the goaltender. He was under
it's,
siege,
I'm
James,
still
and he
saying
really
it's the
didn't
most
get a chance
realistic
to
hockey
get
game they
dressed.
made in years. And one of the reasons for goalies is when you're out of position and you need to get there in a desperation way, you can actually use the desperation animations.
When it's just
I've done it
goaltender,
multiple
he
times and
gets
it
the shot
works.
off, and coming in from behind because there's no time and space, the tripping call leads to the
Like if
penalty
that's your
shot.
last option and you do it, you can save it. I've had to do spread eagles before.
Here's a shot. Misses the net on the penalty shot. Oh, he'll want that one back, Cheryl.
Wait, I turned off
You get a penalty
the
shot,
player
you
indicators.
get
Why can I still see them?
hero in a game. Certainly a tight stick sent that
Did I
one
not turn
wide.
those off? Look, I can see he has heat seeker on.
Moving the puck along the side.
Oh shoot. I didn't mean to take this kind of pause. Anyway, I need to... X Factor off. Is that the same thing? Stamina meter. On. Keep that on for now. I don't know which one's which.
Off after the offside.
I don't know which one is the gold perk. I just don't want to see their gold perk.
In the final
I can
moments
still
of
see
this
them.
period, it's a 2-goal lead we're looking at with the score.
Like, I don't want to see that heat seeker. I don't want to see that stuff. I want to play everyone the same.
The Nighthawks win the face-off at
That stuff
center.
messes with my mind.
Scoops up the puck here.
I'll figure it out later, I guess.
Feeds it up ahead. He scores.
I had still, I don't even see a change in anything.
What a play!
Well, he uses his speed to break away from his opponent, then reads exactly what the goaltender is giving him to be able to convert. What a beautiful play.
Teams are ready for the draw. The linesman about to drop the puck. Final minute approaching here in this opening frame. Centering key. He scores! What an opportunity!
That was a quite the pass right there. Ain't no way. I don't care what world you're living in. I could have been playing goal line and I wouldn't have made it in time.
The Nighthawks take control of the faceoff. Into the offensive end now.
Cross creases are hard when they're moving toward the net, but if they're just standing there, they're much easier. But he was moving, so it was a tap-in animation. But if they're standing still for some reason, it's not a one-timer, and they hold it for half a second.
The Nighthawks get a hold of the draw. Takes the pass. Here's a shot. Oh, and he steps up with the glove to stop that one. Puck is
I need to
dropped.
see
Waits the
something.
draw.
Is there a way to cancel? Okay, no. I wish there was a way to stop midway.
Steps in front of it for the block. Sends a pass over. The Nighthawks have it against the wall. Here they come on the attack.
Their goalie has the tether controls on. I can tell from how he's moving.
Off the iron.
Or does he?
And that's
No, he doesn't. He's just moving really
defensive
weird.
deflection. Look at this. Over the line. Let it go. And just ran
Waited
out
too long,
the
boy.
play. Shot. And that caroms off a body in traffic. Slides the puck over. Breakaway.
Hey, okay, nice.
Is her magic number. There's the hat trick.
And I think there's going to have to be an extra stoppage in play here as they collect all of the hats on the ice at home. Well, he does a great job of exploiting the weakness of the coverage, and he finds a way to break away from the pack. He's in on the breakaway, James, and what a battle it is. It's one that he wins, and he drives the puck home.
Official signals for the players to get into position, and we're about ready to drop the puck.
Alright. I need to figure out how to turn off the player indicators. This is going on YouTube. Actually, no, let me see if I can figure it out first, and then I'll ask YouTube, since this live stream is going up. If anybody's watching this far, can you tell me how do I turn that off? I just want to turn off the... I can't even go in stats from here for some reason. Maybe it's an accessibility. I don't even know what that stuff is. Okay, well, no, not instant replay. Quit. Next game. Okay. It's not any of this stuff. Score clock, yes. Skater fatigue indicator. The setting controls whether the skater fatigue indicator is displayed when on. Of course, that stuff is just that additional information. That stuff is useless. Okay, that's good. That's good, I think. That's fine. The setting controls whether player indicators will appear when players are outside the field of view of the game camera. Keep that on. I simply want actually just turn that off. Off. Alright, whatever it is. I don't even need to know their stamina, to be honest. And if it doesn't turn it off, I'll turn it all back on. Nobody's on for sixes, of course. It's a Wednesday afternoon. I don't blame anybody, but... I am currently looking for a sixes game. Alright, let me look at the build. Let me see if there's any way I can make it better. I'm going to use this one next. I'm going to copy this, put it in slot 3. I'm going to look at the perks. What perks would I want? I mean, this stuff, everything works this year. It's amazing. But the thing is, you don't want to put something on that you don't have a problem with. Like with wrist shots, I don't have a problem with those. Slap shots, I don't have a problem with those. I don't have a problem with, I don't use instincts. Tips, I might. But I have a better problem with cross creases and one-timers. That's what I need help with. Butterfly effect is just awesome. Heightens everything that is. I might replace no timer, but it teams up with post to post, which teams up with butterfly effect. So all of these go hand in hand. All 3 of the perks go hand in hand. Butterfly effect helps with the save ability. Post to post helps with the cross crease, and then no timer finishes. So I guess not. So let me try to make a hybrid build. Let me see what a hybrid build would look like. I changed my mind. I'm gonna see what this build would look like with lower weight. Everything looks good to me. Everything looks about the same. It's just now I have my durability and endurance up, so I don't know why it was at 220. Maybe what he did was he maxed out the rebound control. That's all I can think of. Okay, I'm not going to change all this up. It did just fine. I'll only change it up if I need to. So, it looks good. Now is not the time to be changing everything up. I guess I'll go into dropping 6v6. Oh. Every time I play with this guy, I get a lot of ping. Let's see what happens. I will say, last time I played with this player that I joined, I had bad internet that entire day for some reason. Today is a pretty average day, so maybe it was me. But if I get bad ping again, I'm not playing with this guy anymore. I'm not going to join his games. Because I just can't stand it. If I can control it, I'm not going to play with high ping. But sometimes I don't have a choice, so what am I going to do? I'm going to grab my laptop and look at chat instead. Looking at my phone, I want to watch a video while I'm playing. You guys know how I roll. I watch a YouTube video while I'm playing. I play better for some reason. So let me pull up chat. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Audio sounds good still. Alright, if I get beat by that big tipper a couple times, I'm gonna croak. Oh, these guys are in my league. These guys are no joke. These guys whooped the snot out of us 2 days ago. Beat the snot out of us. But I'm a newfound man. I'm a new player now. I figured out some things since then. I think we can do this. I know we can do this. It's just a matter of doing it. You can do something but still not do it. You know what I mean? So, I know we can do it. But, so we better.
Hi, everybody. I'm James Cebulski for EA Sports. This should be a fun one. EASHL Club Action.
Alright, let's read all. Let's see all.
Well, the moment of truth is almost upon us here. They are about to drop the puck. And after a full day away, we are officially underway here tonight. Carolina's got the puck against the boards. We got a whistle as the puck's frozen. We're still in the early stages of this period. The game is still scoreless. Ottawa's taken possession in their own end. And now he moves it quickly to Barzal. Carolina's got a hold of it along the wall. Grabbed along the boards by Copeland. Takes the stretch pass here in the open ice.
Got him. Let's go.
They score on the delayed penalty, James, so that's going to negate their power play, but looks like they didn't need it.
Let's go. Now, their guy with 1T, look for his name, is Hare. He beat the snot out of us 2 days ago.
You know that the coaching staff would have had a
And he loves that one-timer. Now, I don't know if he plays with these guys, so I don't know if they know how much he loves that 1T, because he used it a ton.
getting on the board first early in the opening.
Almost every rush was his 1T. Oh, great.
And sometimes there's pressure when it's one-on-one with the tender, and there's so many options. He elects for the shot. Might have been the wrong one.
And a poke check knocks the puck away.
I'm going to play him a little bit differently, simply because it's not his perk, but it's how he plays. He likes to try and just run through the defenseman and get an easy breakaway. So when he's in the middle of the ice, let's go. When he's in the middle of the ice, I need to play out.
Wow, she's set up.
Only when they're entering, though. After they've entered and everything's done, I can play normal. But when he's entering in the middle, I need to play out.
When you know exactly where that puck
Because yesterday, my defenseman gave up 2 breakaways of him just skating between them.
Ottawa's got a 2-goal lead. They'd love to build on it. Sneaks away with the puck after he was tangled up on the draw. Ottawa's playing it from the side. Takes a shot.
Their goalie is stuck in last year. I feel bad because he's not even doing anything wrong that he knows of. But what he's doing wrong is he's using a stand-up build that looked like from last year, and he's using a stance that looked like from last year, and he's playing like last year. He's playing exactly the same way, and you can't do that this year. Let's just say butterfly. You need to be in butterfly way more than you ever used to.
Answered goals, and as my mom likes
If something went in and you thought, "Oh, I should have saved it."
and you can expect that
My first question I ask you is, were you in butterfly?
this is a team that
Right?
knows
If you weren't, that's why.
down. Now they gotta keep
Now, if you were in butterfly, that's a different story. They already quit. Wow. They were a good team. They are not the kind of team to quit. Vengeance. I just want to see something with this shot. Was I over? Nope, I'm perfectly positioned. Okay. I just wanted to see how far over I was from the game standpoint. Okay. Because in previous games, if there was even a little bit of net open and they shot that way, your goalie just didn't want to reach out that extra inch. He never reached out far enough. Ever. It was so annoying. Like, why can't my goalie just reach out an extra inch? It shouldn't be any different. These jerseys go with my pads beautifully. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's the glitch. If your pads match your team's colors, you get a boost. These guys are no joke. Alright, I'm getting good ping. Look at the ping. Beautiful. I usually never get ping lower than 20. That's beautiful. These guys are no joke. We need to really step up here. I need to really tighten my laces this game.
Hi, everybody. I'm James Zabalski for EA Sports. Rosters are ready. Everyone's set to drop the puck on this EASHL club matchup. Well, we've been waiting for this one all day long, and here we go. And we are officially underway here. Good read with the stick to break that up. What a collision there, and that frees up a little room.
You want to send a message to your opponent early in the game, and that early delivery of a bone-crushing hit, that does just that.
Oh, smart heads up play to poke that one away. From his own end, he picks up the puck. The Generals take over on possession. Cutting to the front of the net. Scores! And a quick hush to the crowd.
I just had a brain fart right there. I was thinking butterfly slide, but I just didn't press the button for some reason. I guess I was just in such awe of how our defenseman got split twice. Props. Props to him.
He does all of it and he gets rewarded.
Gets it back. And called to the
No,
outside.
don't dance at the blue line. Just cross the line. If you're gonna pass right next to you, might as well just cross
Lots of time left in this
and let him
period.
play your position if you're a defenseman.
Ottawa's going to start off with the puck here in the neutral zone after winning that faceoff.
Not trying to take your job, James, but I had to mention that big hit. Wow, that was a ringer.
Ottawa's got to hold him in against the
Forehand. Oh, what a play. What a play. I thought for sure that was going to be a save because I was like, no, he cannot get to the other side fast enough. Quick thinking skills from the hockey boys.
Executes this perfectly, James. She gets in tight, puts it through her legs. I would have tripped over myself at that point, but she doesn't. She buries it home.
And there's a little boost from off the wing as the centers were tied up there. Broken up with the stick in the defensive end. Scores! And we take a drive.
Let's go, man.
As they take the lead.
Well, the lead is in their hands, and now it's about building off of that. Good shift.
I think they have one shot and it's a breakaway. Whatever.
Offensive zone. Everything now is on the line. Well, this snapper just beats the goaltender clean, James. I mean, she's moving in stride. She keeps those feet moving, and the quick snap of her wrist beats the goaltender.
And they take possession. Nice job tangling him up on the draw. Through the offensive zone and behind the net now. From behind the net.
Oh, they changed the lacrosse, Deke, so you have a chance of losing the puck now, which is how it should be. Like, what the heck?
She looked like she could make the attempt work. I mean, it's the lacrosse.
Power forwards should not be able to do it with ease.
Confidence to attempt it, but she can't put it in the net.
The Wolfpack have possession along the boards. Moves it to the middle. And that caroms off a twig in front of the net. Quick feed to Copeland. And he caught him when he wasn't looking. What a hit.
Copeland's moving pretty slowly out there. Really looks shaken up.
Moves inside.
Oh, come on. I didn't realize he lost it because the camera's too low.
Into the game plan with good habits, and they're back to evens.
Ugh.
Well, that's a really tough break for the tender, James. I mean, listen, when structure breaks down and there's all kinds of stuff going on in front of you, you can't track, you can't.
I
get
didn't
your
even
eyes on the
see
puck
he
and
lost
get
it.
the back of your net.
Inching closer to the midway mark of this period. It's all tied up. Ottawa's won the draw in the neutral zone.
I need to figure out what camera I need. I need a camera that...
Moves it quickly over to Suzuki. Jostling for the puck and he loses control. Oh, he
I need a camera that shows with ease where I'm standing, but it's not too high up. Let's try action for a little bit.
ahead. Moncton's got it in their own zone. Rocks him on the play. Receives the pass. She handles the feed. Moncton's got the puck in their own end. Puck cleared from the defensive end.
I'm just holding it. It's going to bounce off his leg and in or something. Let in 2 goals that were a product of me, really.
Kunitz practices getting wrist shots from far out.
Not my build or my play style, it's just me physically. Like the first time I didn't press butterfly, and then the second time I didn't see.
Tying up his opponent. And he makes the save on that play.
He's so difficult to beat when he drops into that butterfly positioning and gets square to the puck, keeping his arms tight to his body. Man, it is tough to find the back of the net.
Cuts to the paint. Oh, denies him with the paddle save.
When you get that close to me, it doesn't matter which side I pick, boy.
And the puck skips out of the offensive end, and they'll be forced to leave the zone. Loses possession after taking a spill.
So far, this camera's doing good. I like it.
This team knows how to
I like how it follows me and not the puck, actually. It helps me know where I'm standing.
picks up the puck in his own
This
end.
camera's... I like this camera a lot.
To the attacking end. Moncton's got the puck against the wall. Oh, and the puck clears the zone. They'll be forced to do this one over. Picked up along the wall by Como. Takes the feed. And that got caught up in traffic and goes off the stick. Backman's going to give everyone a chance to breathe and hang on to the puck. Just here in the late stages of this frame, you can feel the energy in this crowd. It's a tie game. And with the two centers tangled up, the winger skates away with it. Let's get the call.
A tight game at the end of a period.
I said I changed my playstyle. Notice how often I go down in butterfly. I'm not holding it down because you'll get sniped like that. But if you just press it when you need to, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. And it's working wonders.
Here's a short pass to Suzuki. Cuts into the paint. Broken up by Barzell. Jordan's got control of the puck in the corner. Sends it down low. Here it goes. Goodness, it's stayed out. What a
Get up.
save.
Get up.
James, and that athleticism and the will to get to that puck, that was on display.
First period is in the books. The next 20 minutes is on deck next here on EA Sports.
I love this camera. See, look, I couldn't see from my camera's view. I didn't see it till about right now. And I'm like, oh crap. Ugh. I kind of had a feeling it was lost, but I didn't know it was going toward the net that side. I was just holding butterfly, standing there, hoping my guy would cover it or save it. But of course it went to the open side, and I didn't notice it in time. All of their shots are close, so that means almost all of them I'm butterfly. For this shot, this is what you notice when you play long enough. He got so close to me where it didn't matter which side I picked, so might as well slide to the other side just in case if he cuts over. But he was so close to me it didn't matter which side he picked. And he was moving toward me, so he needed to just shoot, so I just slid.
Here for period number 2. Moncton's won the opening face-off, and their power play continues. Big play inside the defensive zone. Trying to engage a little physicality here. And that one's stolen at center ice.
Backman's really impressed me tonight, James. Just look at that last sequence and that desperation save. Unbelievable. I mean, when it's required to be calm and poised, he's got quiet feet. But when he needs to move and make a desperation play, he does it.
She takes the feed.
Open ice. Oh, he got
The
poked.
Generals gain possession in their own end. Can't keep a hold of it as he's jostled off the puck. And now it's grabbed by Como. Puck picked up by Suzuki.
Ah.
Go ahead goal puts them in front.
Well, now they're in front, James, so they'll have some energy. You know that their first few strikes will be more urgent, but they'll have to be accountable on the other side of the puck as well.
Moncton's gone up by 1 here in the second period.
Well, it's been a lot of hard work and heavy lifting to get to this point, just to get that 1-goal lead, James. Not only do they want to hold on to it, they want to extend it now.
The Generals carry it along the wall. And he takes the feed. Grabs it in his own end. Levels him with the hit.
Jordan's going to have to keep his head up, James. I mean, he caused that injury on a hometown player, and the crowd is frustrated, and they're booing every time he touches the puck.
Lots of time left in this period. Moncton's got the momentum with a 1-goal lead. They'd love to add to that. Good heads-up play to sneak in there on the tie-up and come up with the puck. Suzuki's got it through center. And they...
No, I meant dynamic medium, not high.
This is because of their stick position. You have to find ways to be aware and anticipate where...
Dynamic medium is a close cousin to action, slightly further back.
We haven't even hit the midway mark of the period. Moncton's hanging on to this 3-2 lead.
Well, what is that weird stuff? Oh, I don't like that. This arena is not made for this camera angle.
And that's a great heads-up play by Copeland.
Yo, this arena wasn't made for this camera angle. It's too far. Oh gosh, did they just turn it over? Can't even see. I want to change my camera. This arena is weird. Look at that stuff. It's distracting.
Deep inside the defensive zone, trying to
I need to do something here. Dynamic low. We scored. Okay.
Scratching and clawing has paid off as we are back to even.
Well, we're back to evens, James. I really like their game. I mean, when you're pushing and you're trying to find a way to get ahead and on top, you have to trust the process. That's exactly what they've done, and they've been rewarded for it.
Both teams are set. We'll drop the puck here.
This camera's basically action. It's literally the same.
And that's just out of reach. And we'll reset things after that icing.
Let me just use fixed. I'll use fixed for now until I figure this out.
Ottawa's
For the puck, they know they're attacking now with the tired group that they're playing against.
oh, and he tracks it perfectly in the offensive end. And too much traffic in front blocks that one. Here's a shot. Here's a shot. And there's a glove save on the play. Reads it perfectly, breaking up the play. Trying to shake loose. What a stop on the breakaway. Moncton's got the puck against the half wall. Takes the feed at center and moves forward. Takes the puck.
Got him. Let's go.
Cheryl, how many times do we hear about coaches talking about trying to defend this, and she finds a way?
Well, she always does, James. I mean, she has got a lethal one-timer, and when she gets the delivery and she's ready and waiting, it's buried.
Right when he hugged the post, I knew he was done for.
Everyone knew where this puck was going, James. I knew where it was going. You knew where it was going, and even the coverage knew where it was going, and she's still able to launch that missile into the back of the net.
While the centers are jammed up, nice job by the winger to steal the puck. Can't keep a hold of it after that hit. Can't keep a hold of it.
Gordon's made an incredible play right there. I mean, he's stumbling. He looks like he's going to fall almost, but he's off balance, and that's the key. The puck isn't exactly where he wants it, but he still manages to find a way to get a shot off.
Moncton's looking to break out of their own end. The Wolfpack have taken over in the neutral zone. Offside the call. We'll get a face-off coming up.
This build is doing really, really good. I don't care how many goals I let up. It's what the goals are.
Here late in the second
None of the goals were the build's fault. Like, what do you want the build to do, right? To magically dive like
possession of the puck after that center ice face-off.
Dominic Hasek out of nowhere? Oh gosh, that was scary. Oh gosh.
Moncton's got possession. Scores! And
Come on, man.
it's a hat trick here on the road.
Well, old hat for him in a way because it's a business-like approach as he's on the road. He just says, yeah.
I didn't even want my goalie to pass it that way.
I love that he fights to get
I can't even remember what happened. How did I turn it over? Did it bounce off of our guy or something? What is this?
Moncton's offensive pressure has resulted in an equalizer here tonight.
As an athlete, you always know the end of the period is critical time, and you want to maintain pressure, and you want to gain momentum heading into the third. That goal did just that.
And he serves it across to Jordan.
All right, let's focus. 0-0. Don't worry about it.
Suzuki's going to play it against the half wall. Oh, a save with a glove.
Well, these are the saves when you know that your goaltender is dialed in, James. The ability to get to the top of the crease and be square to the shooter, that's a great save.
Here in the late goings of the period.
I hate goals like that, where they could easily be avoided from one simple thing.
The puck from off the wing. Through center along the wing. And that's off a stick.
Oh, he slid before the shot. What a legend.
Time doing tracking exercises, and it's utilized right here as he knows where this puck is coming from, and he makes the save.
Delayed penalty coming up here by the official.
The end
Hold
of
the puck.
period in a tight game, and you take a penalty. Well, your PK unit, they've got to do a job and get you to the intermission.
I hope the replay for that last goal goes back far enough to see how I even turned it over. Because I can tell you, it was something dumb. Whoa, Mario jump?
Ottawa's man advantage unit will take to the ice for the first time tonight. deep in their own end. Trying to clear. And clearing attempt is a big success on that play.
What are we doing? He's just standing off sides.
Just moments away from the resumption of this power play. They're ready to drop the puck here for this face-off.
All right. That wasn't a bad period. It was just a weird period. I just don't like those kinds of dumb goals. If I had my play style down and I had everything good, I don't think they'd have any goals. Like, look, it bounced off of our guy. Like, come on. And then I wasn't set up for anything, and I got sniped. I can't go back far enough. But look. Okay, look. Are you serious? Are you absolutely serious? First of all, it wasn't even going to him. It was going to this guy over here. I wanted it to go to him, but for some reason the pass went over here, so he didn't get an animation. Bounces off his leg right in front, prime breakaway. I couldn't set up in time, and I got sniped. I love this game. I actually do. It's just those kinds of things make it a little bit... What in the world? Oh, we missed the hit. This is how we score. Good try. That was a good...
And they get the puck out. Oh, and he just got enough of that one to keep it out.
Well, he's showing great mobility here as he drops into the butterfly and moves across his crease with ease to make the save.
Nice pass. I just need to hold them at 4. No more stupid goals.
Continue to apply pressure here. They've got numbers. Shot! And that one's stopped. Oh, and he throws a perfectly executed hip check there. Quick feed to Suzuki. Fires it. Oh, and he stopped that rocket. Oh, and she threw a perfectly executed hip check. Along the right wall and into the offensive end. Moncton's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Oh, that's how you do it. She drops the hip check and whoa, wow. The Generals have it now. And here's a pass to Suzuki. There's the whistle, icing the call. Still lots of time left in the period. Ottawa's leading by 1. They're up 5-4. Moncton's won the draw.
Well, there was certainly pressure on the center to win this draw, coming off of an icing where everyone's tired. When you get the win, you get out of your zone.
Ottawa's got the puck along the wall. The Generals take possession in the defensive end. Ottawa's got it in the neutral zone. Oh, and he lines up his opponent perfectly with the hip check. And he makes the save.
Did not mean to slide. I meant to go down and butterfly. I did not mean to slide to the right. That was scary. That was their first legit goal. No, they had another. They had a good cross feed, so they have 2 legit goals.
Because he can't get back to his feet. Why? Because he's running around in his crease because of an egregious defensive zone turnover.
Scoops up the puck now. Drives to the sweet spot. The Generals have it against the wall. Working the puck deep inside their own end. Offside, the call will get a reset.
Is it just me, or
Copeland's got that shutdown
does anybody else get
ability, but
annoyed
his skill at defending
when
one-on-one
people
situations
go
that
offsides all the
he
time, even if it's the other team?
play and breaks it up. He can
Just
really count
annoyed.
on his team when they need him to.
Like another whistle.
Moncton's got control of
Need
it
to
now
wait
near the
longer for
offensive
nothing.
end. Here's a chance.
Got him. Okay.
Finish that.
I really need to just hold this. I just can't let in any more goals. This is stupid.
It's funny, James, when an athlete has a one-timer like this, it is so difficult to defend. Everyone on the ice knows exactly where she's going to shoot this puck with the one-timer, but no one can stop it. Great pass by her teammate.
Copeland stick handling in his own zone. And that's knocked away by Como. And here's the pass to Suzuki. Pokes it away in his own end. And just a good old-fashioned solid body check on the play. Moves the puck behind the net. With the stop. Scooped up along the wall by Copeland.
There's been so much offense in this game, James. It's been real entertaining for us and the fans in the building. Listen, I was more of a defensive specialist, so I wouldn't have been up in the tap, but clearly the game's changing.
Look at this. They've got some bodies here on the attack.
Wow, that was a crazy fast pass and one-timer. Didn't even blink.
Just adding insult to injury, isn't it, James? A top cheddar shot that just sends the water bottle a-sailing.
Ottawa's been the better team tonight, Cheryl. Look at this. They've got the extra goal now here late in this third.
Yeah, and that's a huge goal, James, right? It gives you the
Wait,
extra
is our
cushion,
team
insurance
coincidentally
money.
named the Ottawa?
Goal there tender, late
Ottawa, like the commentary just called us Ottawa, but they have the Ottawa Senators logo.
Streaking through center, they go on the attack. Barzal's got it in the defensive zone. Moves the puck along the half wall. Moncton's gained possession along the boards. Icing is the call. We'll get a reset. Moncton's time is running out in this one to try to even things up. They've had plenty of scoring chances, but no finish tonight. Oh, great read coming in off the wing to come up with the puck.
He had him. Good block.
Into the corner now. From against the wall, it's centered out. Oh, and it stays out as he gets a piece of that one.
Every coach is going to tell you, get in front of the goaltender and take away their eyes. It's the goaltender's job to find the puck. He finds it and makes the save.
Into the offensive zone. And that's hooked away. Como's lugging the puck. Grabs control of it at the point. Makes the glove stop.
Backman's really struggled in the net tonight, and you can just tell that he's...
I've been doing this for years. I don't care who follows me, who doesn't. I don't care about the post this just so it started just so the goalie community would stop being frustrated because it was difficult to play and goalies got all the play.
You can blame my build all you want. I have 5 goals against, 20 shots. You can blame my build all you want. But if you're actually looking at how the goals are going in, not even that. If you're just looking at the saves I'm getting, you're just seeing the build performing. And you're seeing my playstyle shining through. The goals, 3 of their goals were a product of me, or them just having a better shot than me. Okay, it happens. This team is good. The team we're playing against is good. It's not like I'm going to get a shutout.
And now he moves it to Barzal.
Point to 1 goal. That was Bill's fault.
Great read with the stick. And the fans on their feet recognizing a solid
Nice save.
victory here in front of them. Oh, what a hip check on the old school variety. Beautiful.
A win is a win. A win is a W.
Time expires
And a W means a lot to me.
And that's all she wrote on this one as we are in the books. Well, this thing started with a whole lot of bangs, and then it kind of just turned into a chess match.
Hey, 15 saves is 15 saves. They could have had 2 goals and I had 15 saves, and you would think a lot differently, right? 15 saves is 15 saves.
And then I just stopped looking at this video. I'd rather painstakingly do it myself and come up with something that's actually legit than come up with a different bill. And people post all kinds of bills too. The best center bill, but they don't play center. Best defense bill, but they've never played defense in their life.
This game that you're about to see will be much better. Much better. I'm way more focused now. I feel more comfortable. I just figured out everything I needed to figure out. Now you're just going to see performance.
Let's knock this one out.
Unless we don't start.
Alright, okay, so what, why,
Come on, if we don't start soon, I'm going to get tired and I'm not going to play as good. Come on. Alright, good. Yep, these guys are good as well.
You notice I never use
Hi, everybody. I'm James.
I never use
What the heck?
I use
Come on. If we're the ones that quit,
usually press
I am so annoyed.
I usually press the select button or whatever.
Whoever quit, I hate you. Okay, that's a little too far.
Because the camera
But come on, why are we quitting? Who cares if the other team is better? Let's see who quit. They quit. Why would they quit?
all kinds of crazy. So I don't like to see the crowd. After that I don't notice them.
Come on. Don't skaters just want to play?
Camera angle
Are goalies the only ones that just want to play?
different depending on what
Not care about if the team's better or not? If our team's good at defense or not? Like, come on, I don't care. I'll do my best. Whatever team I'm on, I'll do my best.
crowd there. But all of it is different. Like the goal
At least we didn't leave, so
is different. So
respect granted.
they're not gonna cry. All of it is different. So
Mm.
I don't want to see it first. I just want to focus on the play first. Then when it comes back, then I can still focus on the play. Because otherwise, I'll notice that there's two red lines.
Just for fun. I just want to see how many games I have played. I know I don't have a lot, but I just want to see. Okay, I have 86 games played. Apparently, I have an average of 15.44 saves a game. I'll take it. That's what I do to see if a goalie gets carried or not. I compare it to myself. Like, I know I don't get carried, but I don't always get. I'm not always with trash teams, so I'm a happy middle. So that's why I compare everyone to myself. And if they have close to the same amount as me, I know that they are not carried. But if they only have like 10 shots or 9 shots a game or 9 saves a game average with a high GAA, with a lot of games played or a lot of shutouts, that's how I know they're carried. Like let's just look at the number 1 goalie, because I can tell you right now he's carried. I'm just saying that now. I don't care what you got to say to me. The number 1 goalie is carried, because you can't be this good. Alright? Like, the guy below him actually has better stats than him. So, he has 492 games played, with 7,000 saves, okay? 7,106, let's be precise. 7,106 divided by 492. Okay, that's 14.44. Okay, good for him. With the 4 goals against average, 19 shutouts. Okay. Now this guy, who has better stats, 304 with 3,000 saves. Now that's a big difference. Dude, that's a huge difference. This guy is carried, I can tell you that now. 3,094 divided by 304. That's 10 saves a game. He has 46 shutouts. And he has half the amount of games as this guy who's number 1. So the number 2 guy is 100% carried. I promise you, he's 100% carried. If I just look at his recent games, I can tell you right now he plays with top players every day. Shutout, shutout. How many saves did you get against the Couch Kings? He got 0 shots this game. Like, come on, guys. This guy is 1,000% carried. And these are the kinds of guys that are at the top of the leaderboard. So that's why the point is, don't worry about getting to the top of those leaderboards. The highest you can probably go is high, like maybe above the 50s, which is where it kind of stops. That's like the gap of from carried to not carried. If you're in the top 100, props to you. Okay, like really nice job. But don't worry about trying to get number 1 or staying there or whatever, because 90% of those guys just get carried. And those are the kinds of punks that think they're better than everyone else, that message people and praise themselves. Just not humble, you know? Not humble. You'll never hear me say I'm the best or that I'm even good. Like, I don't even ever say that I'm good. I know how to play the game. Compliments come to you. Don't force them. Well, now I'm tired, so now I'm not going to play as good next game. I don't know what we're waiting on. I guess we're waiting for another player. The other guy quit. Alright, let's hurry and ready up. Let's focus. I'd completely forgotten how to do everything already. Some of those guys are in my league. ACHL is not that top of a league, but they're not bad either. Any league that plays with each other consistently, they're going to be better than any average team. That's how to do it. It's that easy. Just play with the same people over and over and over and over, and you'll build chemistry and stuff without even realizing it, without even trying.
Rosters are set, players are ready.
Now, it'd be better to try and build chemistry and make plays and do real things, but even if you don't do that, you'll be better than any average team. Because you have an advantage that average teams don't have. You understand each other's tendencies.
Yeah, you can just feel the buzz of this city all day long, and we are seconds away now for this opening faceoff. We are underway here, and let the game begin. Copeland's got the puck in his own zone. And it's a quick pass to Lamb. Tremendous hip check on the play. Moves the puck. What a steal in his own end. And he's ridden off the puck. Oh, and he delivers a thunderous hip check. And he turned that one aside. Looking to make something happen along the boards.
Oh, tipped.
And a little home cooking pays off.
You cannot play goal line when there's a tip.
Gotta love the home cooking, James, as this team really fires up the crowd with that start and sending a clear message they want this game. When we have a look at it, James, it looks like it's redirected, and that's just beautiful timing and get the hands away from the body, be able to get it to go the opposite direction of the goaltender.
And off the draw, they take the puck. And that's knocked away in the defensive end by the hammer. The Senators are in transition. He grabs the puck here at the point. And he takes the dish. Takes it into the
He's playing goal line completely.
So who needs the man advantage or the extra attacker as they quickly strike?
Well, they had possession, they recognized the lane, and to be truthful, the defensive structure, well, they just collapsed and played soft.
He's hurting,
Gotta be able to
and he's
attack
going to
and
stay hurting.
We're still in the
Talking about their goalie.
period.
Not even really his fault.
2-0
It's just
we're looking at right now.
plays goal line, and goal line goalies get punished severely.
Puck is dropped and we are back underway.
Like, you can play as deep as you want, but when you hit the goal line, it's like the game says, "Nuh-uh,
Quickly over to Simpson.
you're not gonna do this."
Carries the puck through the
You can play as deep, like even if you're an inch above the goal line, like right here, you can play just fine. But once you touch that goal line, you're dead.
perfectly. Oh, he
It's just how it is.
delivers a perfect hip check. Picked up along the boards by the hammer. Play whistle dead, offside the call. Nearing the midway mark of the period. 2-0 is the score. Puck is dropped and play resumes. Lamb's got it in the offensive zone. Here he is on the redirect. Takes the feed up ahead. Quick pass across to Simpson. Great save from in tight.
He really owns the crease when he drops into that butterfly positioning, and for the shooter, I think it's intimidating. He makes himself as big as possible, and everyone knows he's athletic to boot.
Here's a short pass to the hammer. The Wolfpack have it in their own zone. Slick feed. Trying to come up with a huge defensive play to get this puck out of his own end. They've got a 2-on-1. Fantastic read to break up the play. And they'll go on the attack. Great pressure by Simpson. Comes up with the steal. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Oh, from behind.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen it.
Lacrosse style for the finish.
Gotta love this move.
I have not seen the lacrosse goal
Fires. She recognizes
unless it was against me.
the face over the shoulder, and she capitalizes. She's got
Man, come on, the lacrosse goal is so easy to defend and it's easy to save.
the front of the
Oh
ice
man, I feel bad.
defender, and the good mitts that she has to be able to cradle to get it up on the stick and then over the shoulder and beats the goaltender too.
Puck grab by Copeland.
I can tell you right now, their team is complaining about how easy the lacrosse goal is. I can tell you right now. But it's also that easy to stop it. Like, sure, it's not realistic, but it's easy to stop. It's easy to prevent.
We're going to get a penalty here.
So,
Play is stopped, and here's the official call.
and it's a video game.
Have put themselves down a man, tripping the call.
But I understand, people are tired of EA trying to focus on arcade styles when sometimes they just want a hockey simulator, a full-on hockey simulator.
Play opportunity for
You
this
know,
team. It's gonna start the
that's what
faceoff, so
people want.
in possession with the win.
And I understand, and I do too, but this is fine. This is the best it'll get. This is the best it is.
They've got an on-man rush.
There is no better hockey game than EA NHL. Point me to one, unless it was made years ago.
Moves around along the half wall. Great read.
Like a relevant hockey game.
Look at this. Great save.
Point me to a current date hockey game that is better than this one.
Another face-off looming here on this power play. The Senators take possession here inside the offensive zone. The Wolfpack have gained possession under man. Looking for space inside the D zone.
Ooh, their goalie has tether controls. Better turn that off if you're going to do this.
Go shorty.
He has tether controls and he doesn't know how to play with tether controls.
In the game, James, I mean, when you're on the
He doesn't realize when you push back on a stick,
that's unbelievable to recognize
your goalie hugs the
they
post.
jump, and man, did they jump, and they end up capitalizing off of it.
Getting into the later stages of this period, it's been demolition derby night. 4-0 is where we sit.
I will say, and you won't ever hear me say tether controls is trash, because I've seen many goalies play successfully with them.
The result they wanted on that power play, giving up a shorthanded marker.
Sometimes when you're on a power play, you can get caught cheating, and I think you have a lot more time than you do, and it winds up in the back of their net. That's a tough one.
The centermen glide into position. The Hammers got it. Now they'll look to see what they can do with it offensively. Taken along the wall by Sawyer. Lets it go from the slot. And the shot dies in the traffic jam. Along the wing up the neutral zone. Great reach with the poke check by Sawyer. The Senators gain possession in their own end. On the attack along the boards. Huge play in his own end to come up with the puck. They gain possession here inside the neutral zone. Can't hang on after that hit. It's a 2-on-1. A pass. Denied on the play. Oh, wow. And that's blocked from someone in front. And he
My
moves
poke
it
checking stat is way too low.
on the breakaway.
I poke check a lot more than most. If my poke checking stat was higher, I would be a poke checking beast. Because I actually practice poke checking. When to do it, how to do it. I might just make a build for fun with a high poke checking stat and just see how I do. I've seen my goalie automatically poke check before with high poke checking stats.
Good reach to the stick to knock the puck away. Oh, what a hip check. He lined it up perfectly. And he hangs on just as time runs out. That's it for period number 1. Second period action coming up in moments here on EA Sports.
This is what I'm not a fan of. I like the replays, I like how they do it. I just don't like it when they show the same replay 5 times. I'm going to show you one of my saves that isn't possible with any other playstyle or wasn't possible in any other game. I did the wrong one. I think it was this one. This save was not possible any other time. Look at, I am out of position. Look how far my goalie reaches. Because I was moving that way. And I knew he would shoot there. He can clearly see the puck. That's how it should be. He can see the puck. He knows where it's going. He should be able to save it.
A one-sided affair thus far. Let's see if anything changes here with the start of the second. And offside, we'll get a reset here. Lots of time left in this period. We are in blowout territory right now. It's 5-0. The Senators win possession here in the open ice. Handles the pass. Lamb's going to play it to the corner. Hammers it up. Score!
I feel really bad for their goalie. He's not, he might not even be a bad goalie. He just does not know how to play with the tether controls.
To grow, right, James? We saw 100 goals, and then we saw 200. We said, how many more can she possibly get? And she gets 300. It's deserved. She worked on her craft, but she is lethal.
The only reason people hate the tether controls is because they don't know how to play with them. I'm sorry, I said it. I said it.
But she had all the time in the world to
Or they just like the old controls better, but that doesn't mean you need to hate the tether controls or have anything against it. If you know how to play with them, you can be a very, very good goalie.
She knows how to find the back of the net, and she's done it 300
I've played successfully with both, but with how my play style and how my builds are set up, I need to use the old controls.
Hammers one possession. Long reach breaks up the momentum. The Senators will play it against the wall. The Wolfpack have the puck in their own zone. And a great heads-up defensive play here. The Hammers picking up steam. Can't stay on his feet after that hit. Sends it quickly to Lamb. The Senators look to start the transition game. And that was read perfectly. What a play by Copeland. Carries the puck inside the neutral zone. Oh, what a hit. He got all of that hip check. Handles the puck. Oh, textbook hip check. He got all of that one. Moves behind the net. Oh, and she can't pull the trigger on that one.
Takes a lot of confidence and creativity to attempt the lacrosse shot, but this one just fails to go in.
From the point, looks to make something happen. Oh, what a hip check on the plane. You know her opponents will be thinking twice going up against her now.
Oh my gosh, full on front flip. He almost landed it.
And we're moments away from getting back underway here with the puck drop. And after the draw at center, they've got a hold of the puck. Right up the gut into the offensive end. Grabs the puck at center. Sawyer's got it against the boards. Takes the feed. Oh, she timed that hip check perfectly. Oh, what a stop with the paddle. Tremendous intensity here.
This build does not have good rebounds. Without sponge or the extra padding or whatever it is, this build has terrible rebounds.
On the blue line. And that's intercepted by Sawyer. We got a penalty coming up here. There's the whistle, and here's
What up,
the
Pinky?
call. Copeland's getting 2 for interference here. He's off to the box.
He just straight up sucker punched him out of nowhere.
Unit goes right back to work.
An opportunity on the power play to right the wrong, giving up that shorty earlier. A real trendsetter here, the ability to get back on your toes.
Alright, so that's the problem with this build. It has terrible rebounds. I need to figure out
Puck up through center.
why. I know if I had sponge on or that extra padding thing on,
Moves it up. Excellent stick
it would be
work on
better,
the play.
but
And we'll get a breather here with
I like the
Sawyer.
perks I have. I'm doing good. Figuring out some things. I figured out many things yesterday with this game, and I'm putting them all into play right now.
The Hammers looking to win this draw on this man advantage here.
Because after my league game Monday, I was like, yo, something's wrong. My playstyle from previous years doesn't work with this game. So I'm playing completely differently.
Moves it quickly. Beautiful read in the defensive end by the Hammer. The Wolfpack have taken possession along the wall. Looking to make something happen along the boards. And a stick breaks that up. Some solid defensive work in their own end with the poke check.
Copeland standing up, ready to go.
Both teams back to even strength. Impressive job by the penalty killers on that play.
Power plays dictate games, and this one did not. And the coach will not be happy with the setup or the opportunity that this unit gave them.
Teams are ready for the draw. The linesman about to drop the puck. Puck is dropped, and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Dishes it to Lamb. Too much traffic in the lane. Nice stick work to knock the puck loose. Moves it to Simpson. Fires it and punches that away with the blocker.
Man, is he ever known for this. When he drops into that butterfly positioning, he makes himself as big as possible.
All alone.
Oh,
And the goaltender grabs that one for a whistle to try to slow things down here. And they win the draw in the offensive zone, and they go to work. Perfectly executed hip check there.
Sorry for jumping in, James, but that was a massive hit. Lamb's able to corral that pass. He's got the puck on his stick. You know he's dangerous. He's got 2 in the game, and he's looking for another.
Reads the pass perfectly and picks it off. Into the corner of the attacking area. And look who's at it again. Another hit. He's just racking them up tonight.
Well, he really is using every ounce of his body to just crush players all over the ice, sending that message he wants to win.
Moves into the offensive zone. And they cough it up at center. Good hit to bump him off the puck. Great poke check on the reach. Quick pass to the hammer. Second frame almost done. Well inside a minute now. And we get a whistle as the goaltender...
notice how I'm even moving the opposite way that they're shooting, but I'm still getting animations. That did not happen last year or any year before that. You would keep sliding and then you wouldn't get a save. Now, if you're moving and they shoot, your goalie stops.
Thunderous hip check on the play. Big time hip check there. That's how you finish a play. And there's the horn. 2 down, 1 more to go. Both teams will get a chance to catch their breath and get ready for a big third period next.
Me too. This year, I like this year better than any year previous. Seriously. On the newer consoles. This is the most realistic hockey game they've made in years. Real goals go in. You'll still get bounce goals, but it happens in real life too, from time to time. It's not every goal. If you give up a goal, it's because you messed up or your team messed up. It's not because of your build or your whatever. It's great. I've always been against people complaining about hockey games ever, since ever. Doesn't mean I thought they were perfect. I knew there were big problems with it. And I never said that this, like last year or previous years, I never said this game is so much better than the previous one. I just didn't complain because it does nothing. It's just annoying. But this is the first year you'll ever hear me say this game is better than the previous games. Excuse me. Pounce on it. Pounce on it. I was holding while I was trying to pounce on it.
Well, he's been outstanding all game, James. He's the reason why his team is leading in this one, and elects with a good decision to get the face-off.
Face-off looming as both centers get into position. Copeland's moving the puck through his own zone. Here they come on the attack. Takes the pass. Oh, what a hit check he got on.
Oh, nice recovery, goalie. Their goalie's just getting screwed because he doesn't know how to play with the tether controls.
So effectively making a huge save from a dangerous spot on the ice.
Moves the puck behind the net. And that's deflected.
I'm using stance 10.
Short pass to the hammer. Oh, she read the play perfectly and delivers the hip check. Backman's got the puck and he's going to hang on.
Stance 10.
And they win the defensive zone faceoff. Steps into the offensive end. From point blank, he scores! There's a hat trick, and it's about to reach Chapeau.
It's Rated Chapeau's all right. I mean, when she got that second goal, you knew that she was chomping at the bit. She was hungry around the net to get number 3. Well deserved. The Hattie is all hers.
The Wolfpack have to be pleased with their effort here. They continue to attack offensively in the third.
This is a feel-good game, James, and you have to embrace these type of games. They don't always happen when everyone's got it working for themselves. They're communicating, they've got good habits, and they're filling the net.
Stance 10, yeah, it's good. Stance matters, but not for the reason you think. In previous years, it used to matter because of your legs. Like your legs, if it was wider, it was better, and whatnot. But this year, it's the opposite. Your legs don't matter in this year. But what matters is your glove and your blocker, where your glove and blocker is. Because for some reason, when your stance has your glove, for some reason, when your stance has your glove up high near his head, like every stance ever, when he's on the post, he doesn't cover it properly. It's like they built this game so your stance changes and turns and does weird things depending on your stance. So if your glove is in the middle, like you see how my glove isn't up high near his head, it's more in the middle of his body. That's where your glove wants to be. And then your blocker follows suit. Ah, didn't slide. I pressed butterfly before I moved. Could have saved that easy. I meant to power slide and I did it the wrong way around.
Well, he's had an incredible game and just made so many beautiful saves. I'd be angry at the structure here as they've given up some opportunities late and the shutout is lost.
And play resumes as the puck is dropped.
So stances like stance 10 or stance 16 or the stances that are in the high 50s, those stances will be good because the glove is in the middle of the net. But when your stance is up high near your head or facing upward, that's when you're in trouble for some reason. It's not like you play terribly, but it reduces post snipes.
Here they come on the attack.
But any stance you can play successfully if you
Corner of the offensive zone.
cover the post more than usual.
Tripping penalty coming up here.
But that's why you always see those weird snipes where your glove goes too high up or your blocker goes too high up and puck goes under you. That's what's happening. Because 90% of those is on the post and your goalie just freaks out.
And the power play unit takes to the ice their first chance to try to make something happen in this game.
Well, they've earned their first
I think their goalie is using stance 10 as well.
right here and an opportunity to
Looks very similar.
coverage on the setup.
Centering pass. Scores! What an opportunity and delivers. The setters will glide into the dot. The Hammers won the draw at center. Moves it to Sawyer. And he takes the feed. Trying to get the puck out of harm's way. And manages to clear the zone. The Wolfpack have it on the attack. Smart defensive play there. Sawyer's gained the line and on the attack. Takes it right in the chest. And there's the whistle stopping the play. is dropped. They win the draw here inside the defensive zone. Oh, what a hip check on the old school variety. Beautiful. Quick pass to Simpson. And that's offside, stopping the play.
I'm just going to start throwing it out. I just want this game to end.
In the net tonight, and his save percentage is really high, James, and it's because he's faced a high volume of shots and he's been dialed in and able to make the saves. That gives his team confidence, and they've been consistent as well, and they've done the job on the other side of the
Don't let them touch the puck. Just puck rag, please. All right. I told you. This game would be much better than the previous because I figured everything out. You just saw the build, the stance, and the play style just perform.
Really felt that they were evasive. They held the puck well. When the time presented itself to attack the lane, they did it.
Been my favorite Bill. I think every game, every single game up until this point.
All right, I think that'll conclude the stream. I don't like streaming for too long.
The 1 year I understand.
I'll probably play more, but just off camera.
End up as one.
Um,
I used to tell you guys.
I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'm going to live stream tomorrow night's games. I haven't been recently just because I haven't figured everything out. But now I have it all figured out, so I'm going to start live streaming. When I don't have things figured out, I need to focus. And while I'm live streaming, it's a little bit harder because I need to focus on, you know, everything else happening at the same time. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Stay tuned. And then possibly Friday, most definitely Saturday and Sunday. All right? See you guys next time.